recently greyhound racing has been banned in New Zealand. At most US states it's also been banned, and it's only really allowed across the UK and Ireland, and I think in Australia as well. So we are starting to see a pattern now of countries across the globe banning this for what it is. And what it is essentially, John, is a cruel blood sport which exploits the use of animals for profit making. 202 dogs died last year in Ireland. 194 were euthanised beside the track because these dogs are being increasingly injured when they're on these tracks. They're being increasingly having to be put down, and that's only in Ireland. Across the UK, the data is even more stark. We're seeing thousands of injuries across UK tracks. There was another question they asked in relation to the welfare of greyhounds, and an overwhelming majority of the UK public, 81% of people, said that the welfare of greyhounds was far more important than indeed employment opportunities in relation to greyhound racing. A very important point in relation to this as well. Anywhere else you go in the UK, or indeed the south of Ireland, there is regulation in relation to this. There is a regulated body. Northern Ireland doesn't have that. We are regulated by the Irish Coursing Club, which has no real jurisdiction in Northern Ireland. It's essentially regulated from Dublin, but again, they have no jurisdiction here. So it's essentially a self-regulated industry. So there's a lot of questions that I think those racetracks need the answer, such as how many dogs exactly are dying every single year on your tracks? How many injuries are we seeing every single year on your tracks? And will you release that information to the public? If we were talking about a racetrack where we raced Labradors, or say we raced Spaniels until they broke their ankles, or until they suffered other horrendous injuries and they had to be put down on the racetrack, we would all, I think the whole of the UK and Irish public would look at that and think that is severe animal cruelty and should not be happening. Why do we treat greyhounds differently? It's because we look at greyhounds as commodities for people to make money off of.